Hey guys, this is Spiritual at Heart Tarot and welcome back to another pick a card reading. Today we're answering the question, why is this happening to me? So we're gonna uncover a truth behind this current situation. So you might be feeling quite stressed out about what's happening in your life. You might be actually feeling victimized by the situation. You might be feeling stuck. Whatever the situation is, we're going to see why it's happening to you and how you can work with the energy. So for this reading, I have 4 different piles to pick from. And as you can see, we have quite a lot of cards that came out. So I'm very excited to see. But let's take a look at the 4 piles and see what crystals you can pick from. So for pile number 1, we have the Tourmalated Quartz. Let's see if we can show you guys. So the Tourmalated Quartz for pile number 1. Then we have pile number 2 with the Pyrite. There you go, the Pyrite. Then we have pile number 3 with the black Obsidian. And last but not least, we have pile number 4 with the Lepidolite crystal. Beautiful purple and creamy white colored. So pick the pile you feel most drawn to and let's see why this is happening to you. Hello, my lovely pile number 1. If you chose the Tourmalated Quartz, this is going to be your reading on why is this happening to me. And I wanted to start out with an energy check to see what's going on with you. Like, we want to know what the situation is before we can see what the truth behind this situation actually is. So these cards represent what you're going through right now. So let's talk about that. And we have quite a lot of cards, so let me read it with you. So we have the Slave reversed, then we have the Raccoon, we have Agape, then we have the Mother, then we have the Saboteur, but this one actually came out reversed. So I'll just switch it up. But it might be an indication that we have to swap it around again later on in the reading. Keep that in mind. Then we have the Knight of Wands, the Page of Cups, and the Queen of Pentacles reversed. So those are the cards that you're dealing with in your current energy. So let's talk about these. I'll start out with the zodiac signs that I'm seeing. So the Raccoon is represented by Earth. So you might be a Taurus, a Virgo, or a Capricorn. We can also see that here with this Queen of Pentacles. Then we have the Knight of Wands with Leo, Aries, and Sagittarius. And the Page of Cups is water, of course. So we have Pisces, Scorpio, or Cancer. So you might have one of these zodiacs, or you might be one of these zodiacs, but you definitely don't have to be. I just wanted to mention that as another layer of confirmation if you're not sure. Let's start out with the Agape energy, because this is a very special card. I know I've said that in many readings that some cards are just very special, but this card in particular is a very special one. And it talks about a certain initiation. And Agape talks about a spiritual initiation. So you might be going through an awakening or a Kundalini activation in specific. But I think for most of you, you are awakening to your own truth and to a higher purpose or a higher aspect of life. Like you're finally tuning in with the divine, maybe even acknowledging the divine. Maybe in the past you didn't even believe in a God or in something broader than yourself. And I think that that's what you're awakening to. It's like there is more to life than just the things that you can see or the things that you can feel. There is more to life than you know. So that's the energy that you're probably in right now. And we can see you being depicted as the raccoon. And the raccoon is someone that's very skilled, and especially when it comes to creations. So you might be an artist, you might be a musician, you might be a singer, a painter, something when it comes to the arts. This could be any art, but we can definitely see that you're very skilled at it and you're very passionate about it. The downside of this raccoon is that you might have low self-esteem, or you might not even believe that you're any good at it. And you might want to hide behind a different name, or you're just afraid to put your work out there. That's the kind of energy that we're seeing here. And then we have these 3 different archetype cards. I let Spirit decide how many cards of these archetype cards you'd get, and you actually got 3. So let's start out with the Mother, because this was the only one that came out upright in your situation. And the Mother card is a card about patience, about unconditional love, about nurturing, and about giving birth to life or ideas or creations. So again, we can see that you're really digging into the craft that you're in or that you're interested in. You're giving it the attention it needs. You're like birthing these new creations, whatever these creations are. And you're fully accepting these skills that you have. But at the same time, you have this loving energy of the Mother, like really nurturing these passions that you have. But what we can see with the Slave in reverse is that you kind of are giving your willpower or your power away to other people. So this might mean that someone else is going to walk with your ideas. Like you don't fully believe in your own ideas and you're giving it away to someone else, or you're working for a boss and you're doing all the work, but they are receiving all the compliments, or they are receiving all the money that came from it. So, I mean, that must really suck, right? Like you're putting in all the effort. You have these amazing ideas and these amazing creations, but you're not getting what you deserve from this idea because you're giving it away, or someone else is taking it away from you. I think for most of you, it's going to be you're giving it away, but it might feel like they're just taking it from you. Now, with the Saboteur here, this is a card that talks about self-destructive behaviors, and about undermining others. So again, we're seeing that same energy as we see in this reversed Slave card of someone else is going to walk with your ideas or with your talents. And I think with the self-destructive part of it, it's like you're letting them do that. And it might not be a conscious thing, but we can definitely see like you're self-sabotaging the situation because you're not ready, or you don't feel ready to own up for your own creations. Maybe you don't feel confident enough in them, or you feel like it's not good enough, or you're just doubtful and you're asking others for advice, but instead of just giving advice, they're going to be like, well, I made some little changes and now it's really my idea. It's not yours anymore. And I think that what we're seeing here is you disempowering yourself because you don't believe how good your work actually is. And the thing is, these passions that you have, these skills that you have, they are part of who you are. They're part of your soul. It's part of your mission and why you're here. And I think that you have done a really good thing to nurture these ideas, to go forward with these ideas, and to move towards these, like working more with this skill that you have. So you might have been in a totally different field before, but now you're finally like trying to use this skill that you have and maybe even make a living out of it. Now let's take a look at the tarot cards. So with the tarot cards, we have the Knight of Wands. And the Knight of Wands is a very passionate energy, and it's a very quick energy. So it does look like things might be going very quick. Like there is quick movement towards something. And what I'm seeing here with the Page of Cups is that this is that part of creating an idea, creating something, thinking of ideas. And it kind of looks like you are the one that comes up with the ideas. And again, someone's walking away with your ideas, and they're running away quickly because they know it's a great idea. So, and again, with this Queen of Cups reversed, we can kind of see like you cannot defend for yourself. I'll show you the card. So we have this lady like having this big bull fight for her because it's a part of her, and she's just releasing it on the people that are trying to hurt her. She's like protecting herself. But what we can see here is that it's reversed. So you're not protecting your ideas. You're not protecting yourself. You're not standing up for yourself. So again, we can see that disempowered feeling that you might have, or the energy that you're in, is like not recognizing how powerful you are, not recognizing how amazing your ideas are, not really being able to fully stand in your own authenticity because you might not believe it's worth any good. But Spirit is here trying to tell you, like, it's an amazing idea. These people that are running away with your ideas, they know how amazing it is. So it's time to recognize that it's actually like you're doing your soul's work. You're doing a great thing. You better like take up your own responsibility and like receive what you deserve from it, because it's meant for you. It's not meant for other people to run away with that. So that's your current energy. That's the situation that you're in. Now let me remove these cards and let's look at the truth behind this situation. Although we did already see a little bit of the truth behind this situation. Okay, so I laid out the cards for your truth. We have the Mentor, the Starborn, and the One, with the numbers 6, 3, and 30. Those might be significant. Then again, we have the Mentor, and I must tell you, I did not just pick these cards by looking at them. They flew out the deck, so just know that this message was meant to come through. We have the Mentor in reverse. We have the Phoenix. We have the Two of Swords, the Cosmic Egg, and Virgin. And I think that this message is very important for you to hear. So I'm going to start out with the Starborn. This Starborn card talks about being a child from the heavens or a child from the universe. You are a star seed and you were born on this planet with a mission. And I think that you are finally tuning into this mission, like we already talked about with the energy that you were in. So you have these amazing, amazing, amazing powers. And with the One, I can actually see that you are here to serve. And I think that you were meant to shine and light on other people. Like you're radiating this beautiful light, this beautiful frequency out to the world. And I think that you were meant to be a mentor of others, and you were meant to guide other people, or maybe even deliver some truth bombs for other people so they can do the same, so they can actually stand in their own light. Now, we do have this other mentor card being reversed. So what I'm seeing with this card specifically is that you might need to take a closer look at the people you take advice from, or the people that are helping you, or that you perceive as helping you. Because this mentor card, especially in reverse, it indicates that people might be giving you false instructions, or they're trying to kind of ruin your progress, or they're trying to hold you back, because this mentor card actually talks about not letting the student become a master. So it's like someone that is trying to help you might not really help you at all, or they might be holding you back. This doesn't have to be a conscious thing. It might be because they see your light and they get a little jealous. Whatever the situation is, I think that there is someone in your life that is giving you advice that's not really solid advice. So I do advise you to tune in with your own intuition, because you do have a very strong intuition. You have very strong guidance, and to listen to that instead of listening to what these people tell you. Or at least if people give you advice, take a closer look at the advice and see for yourself what they're trying to say, and if it truly helps you, or if it might hold you back in some kind of way. Because with the Virgin card, we can definitely see, because it's upright, that you have a very pure heart and spirit. You're very pure of heart, and I think that you are someone that might be a little naive, and that's not bad. It's a very good thing that you're pure of heart. You see the best in everybody. But I think that there are people that might take advantage of your energy. They see your light, and just like moths get like attracted to the light, I think that that's what's happening to you. Like, there are people that want to take advantage of your light. And I think that Spirit really wants you to know that there are people in your life that are kind of taking your goodness and not doing very great things with that. So be mindful of these people, because what we're seeing here is actually a very powerful energy. We have the Phoenix that's connected to the root chakra, and we have the cosmic egg connected to the crown chakra. And we already saw the agape talking about the unconditional love and about a Kundalini awakening, or some kind of awakening. And the Kundalini awakening talks about an energy going from the root and rising up to the crown chakra. And that's the similar energy that we're seeing right here, with the energy going from the root chakra, rising all the way up to the crown chakra with the cosmic egg. And what I'm also seeing is we have 2 eggs here. So I do think that you have something very special. And we can see all these beautiful colors. So this is like your authenticity, your ideas. And they're so bright. They're so high vibrational. They're something great. And they have, there is a need to protect that with this snake. Like, this snake is really protecting their precious egg. Like it's a precious gem, or it's something that it means the world to them. And I think that that's something that you might want to do too. Like, really protect your ideas. And it's okay to show them off to the world, but it's important that people know that you created that, and that you are the one that's really bringing these ideas into life, and not letting anybody else take credit for your creations. With the Phoenix, we can really see you rising from the ashes. We can really see you rising to the occasion. And I think that this Phoenix also represents you turning from a student into this master. Like, you are turning your back to the idea of needing a mentor, or at least needing the advice of others to be confident in who you are and these creations that you have. But with the 2 of Swords here, I think that the truth behind this situation is you might not know who you can trust. And I think that there might be a need to be more careful when it comes to people in your life, because everybody can see, or at least a lot of people can see, this beautiful light that you have. And I think that people won't show you their intentions because you have this blindfold on, and you're not supposed to know who has your best intentions, but you can feel their energy. You can feel the energy from the people that are surrounding you. And if they're leaving you feeling confused or drained, I think that's going to be a big indication. The number 2 also talks about connections and about relationships. So I think that Spirit is trying to tell you that there is a need to take a closer look to your connections, and you might need to cut some people out of your life, or at least distance yourself from them, especially if they have this energy of trying to hold you back, trying to keep you small, and not letting you rise up and be this beautiful, beautiful star child that you actually are. So that is the truth behind your situation. I'm gonna end this reading off with some oracle cards, and I don't know how many cards there are. I just let Spirit pick all of these cards, and however many wanted to come through, those were the ones I took. So let's see what they are. The first card you have is the number 50 with overcome any obstacle. So yeah, you might feel like there are obstacles on your way. Like we said, it might feel like someone is taking from you, or at least that you cannot claim your own ideas or claim the rewards from your own ideas. But as we can see, you can overcome that. And I think that it's going to be easier than you think. We also have Elephant Spirit with the number 25, learn from the past. So I think that you have been in situations before like this, like people might have not treated you fairly, or they were trying to keep you small. Maybe there is a need to look at how you handled that situation in the past and try to learn from that, like how can I do it better this time, or what really helped me at that time and how can I implement that right now. Like how can I still be kind towards these people that are trying to keep me small, but at the same time stand in my own power. Let's see what else we have. We also have Dragonfly Spirit with the number 22, so that might be significant. Again, more twos about these connections. And we have Truth Transcends Illusion. So what I'm seeing here is that the truth will always present itself one way or another. And I think the truth will always come to light. So the truth of these people, or the truth of any person in your life, it will always come through eventually. So although other people might not see that you were the main source behind these great ideas, in time the truth will reveal itself, and you will get the recognition for your work, and you will receive the rewards for the work that you've done and the things that you've done. And I think that's a beautiful energy to get. Like, you will get what you deserve. It might take some time, but you will get what you deserve. Let's take a look at your last card. The last card we have is Giraffe Spirit with See the Bigger Picture. So what I'm getting here is that you have a great purpose in this life, and this is a lesson that you need to learn in order to level up. You have to trust your own energy. You have to be confident within yourself and be confident in your own skills. And I think that having people like this in your life will really help you with the energy of that frustration of people taking from you. It'll help you see your own light. It will help you see your own power and recognize that you are worthy of all these successes. You're worthy of gaining the abundance that comes with your ideas, and really, really digging into that passion and these skills that you actually have. So there is a need to look from above instead of standing like right in your own reality. Try to take a look at it from a higher perspective. And I think that that's what we've been doing in this reading as well, like trying to see like, why is this happening? And I think that the question to why this is happening is so you can see how great your ideas are and how worthy you actually are of this abundance that comes with your skills, with the abundance that comes with you connecting to your soul and connecting to the divine and actually creating from a place of connection. So yeah, that brings me to the end of the reading. I really hope it resonated. I hope it gave you some more clarity. If it resonated, I'd love to get a thumbs up. Feel free to subscribe to my channel and click on the notification bell. It really helps me out. And yeah, I hope to see you in one of my next readings. Bye, guys. Hello, my lovely pile number 2. If you chose the Pyrite crystal, this is going to be your reading on why is this happening to me, and we're gonna uncover the truth behind this situation. So these are the cards of your current energy, so we can see what your current situation is, and later on we're gonna see what the truth is behind this specific situation. So the cards that you've got are the Moth, the Pilgrim with the number 20, so that might be significant. We have Don Juan, however you pronounce it, in reverse. Then we have the 6 of Pentacles reversed. We have the 10 of Pentacles upright. We have the 3 of Wands, and we have the 7 of Pentacles. And I'm gonna start out with zodiacs. So we don't have any court cards here, but we do have the Moth, and the Moth is associated to air. So you might be an Aquarius, a Libra, or a Gemini, but you don't have to be one of these zodiac signs. It might just be another layer of confirmation. Now let's start out with your main energy, and that's the Pilgrim. And the Pilgrim talks about a wanderer or a traveler. So it talks about being on this journey of growth and just being on a journey to an end destination. And I feel like for you guys, the destination is this 10 of Pentacles that we are seeing right here. So it might be that you really want to have a stable home life, a stable family life. It could also mean, like we see here with the carousel, like you want to leave the matrix, so to say, or you want to be financially independent, or you want to just like have a comfortable life, maybe not work anymore, something like that. Just having a very happy, stable, financially abundant life. This could be in regards to love, like having that stable family, having kids, but it could also mean if you don't want family, it's more about just having a stable life for yourself, not having to work overtime, not needing to do excessive things in life, just being able to do whatever you like. Like that's the energy that I'm seeing. So let's talk about the Moth, because the Moth is the energy that you're in right now. And the Moth can be a little bit impulsive. They are like the energy of wishing for something, but not fully committing to it, or not really putting enough work into something. So I hope it's not going to be too harsh for you guys. But what I'm seeing here is that you want to work towards something, but instead of like continuously putting in effort, it's like you're putting in the effort, but maybe like a day in, you're not seeing the results that you like, and you decide to go about it in a different way. Or whenever you're in a relationship, you see the first signs of it not working out, you'll run away to find someone else. It's that kind of energy. Like whenever you see some little indication that something's not working, you change your direction, or you change the way you're going about things. Instead of like persisting or just making little adjustments, it's like you're just making like a full change of path with the Moth. And we can also see with the Don Juan in reverse that you might use persuasive power. Like maybe this could be that you are just really pretty, and that's a very good thing, of course, but that you're using your looks to get what you want, or that you're using, maybe you have a very great way of sweet talking people into things. Maybe you're using that, but it does look like you're very good at getting things from other people. instead of maybe doing it yourself. And there might be an imbalance with that. Like maybe you want something and you're letting other people do the work. There's something about this energy, like you always get everybody on board with whatever you want to do, but once they are all on board, you see a little sign of it not working out, you decide that you don't want it anymore, you want something else, or you want to do it in a different way, or something like that. It's very hard for you to commit to a single journey and to just go for it and to continue on that same journey. So that's kind of the thing that I'm seeing. It could also be that with the moths being attracted to light, it might be that you're like joyriding on other people's success, especially with this Don Juan in reverse as well. Like you see someone else doing very well and you're using your pretty looks or your charisma to like grow with them. Instead of you doing the work, they're doing the work, and you're just like really benefiting from their success, something like that. Again, I'm not trying to be harsh, but that's what I'm seeing. And I think that it's still just a lesson for you to believe in yourself and believe in your own capabilities to have success. But what's coming through at this time is that because you have some trouble with commitment and just like following through on your ideas, there is an imbalance, and that's why you're not receiving the results that you want. We can also see that same energy in the tarot cards with the Six of Pentacles being reversed. Again, that's an imbalance in receiving and taking. So it might be that you are receiving more than you're putting in. Or the other way around, maybe, that you're giving away more than you're receiving. Maybe you are afraid that people don't like you enough, that you tend to overgive to people. But what we can see is that it's standing in the way of your success with this Ten of Pentacles. And with the Three of Wands, again, we can see that same energy of trying to attract suitors. If it is about a relationship, you're trying to use your looks to attract people instead of like believing that not only your looks are important, but you as a person are definitely worthy of something great, of someone great. So it might be that by just attracting people based on your looks or based on one characteristic that you like about yourself, that you're just attracting the wrong kind of people. The people that tend to give you less than you deserve, or that you are taking more than you deserve, or it's not a balanced energy. So it might be that they're giving you a lot of money, but they're not giving you the love that you'd like, or the other way around, that you are getting the love that you desire, but at the same time, like financially, you might be very unstable. So we can definitely see that it's very hard for you to, like, if there is a relationship, it might be difficult to sustain the relationship. If this is about a career, it's very hard for you to really pursue a certain career because you might not believe that you're worthy of it. But with the Seven of Pentacles being here, I think that there is a big need to sit things out, like to fully commit to a project and push through, because the Seven of Pentacles is an energy of planting a seed and watching it grow and reaping the rewards of your labor and receiving the rewards of all the work that you've put in. So it might be that you need to spend some time on improving your self-worth, or spending some time with this new career, or whatever the situation is, because it might be different for everybody. With Pyrite, I am getting that for a lot of you, it's going to be about career. But again, the Pyrite can also mean about, it might also just talk about financial abundance. And that doesn't have to do with career. It could just be like attracting the right partner for you that can actually sustain your way of life, or just working together with someone so you can have a stable life, build a beautiful family as well. But the Seven of Pentacles clearly indicates that there is a need to sit things out. And instead of running away every time you see some little thing not working out, like really taking the time before you commit to something. And once you commit, it's time to push through and see things out, see how things play out. Not skipping and hopping to all the other things that are possible at that time. It's time to choose one thing and go for it. So that's the energy that you're currently in. Now let me remove these and let's check out what the truth is behind this situation. Okay, so for the truth, we have the Camel, the Womb, we have Hedonist in reverse, and we have the Knight of Pentacles. So we're gonna start out with the Camel, and the Camel is actually associated with a fire sign. So you might actually be an Aries, a Leo, or a Sagittarius. But again, you don't have to be. It might just be the energy that you have within you. But the Camel actually talks about being resourceful and independent and knowing your worth. So again, we already talked about it a little bit, but there is a need for you to believe in who you are, to be confident in who you are, and see how skillful you actually are. And I think that with Camel here, Spirit is trying to tell you that you can achieve a lot of things on your own. You have the resources. You don't need other people to get what you deserve or to get what you need, to get your needs met. And we also have the Womb, and the Womb talks about the nest, and it talks about nourishment, about harmony, and about warmth. So I think that the message here is that you should nourish yourself. You should focus on giving yourself what you need instead of relying on other people or maybe finding that warmth through others. It's like you can give it to yourself, and it'll give you a lot more fulfillment than trying to get it through other people. Because with the Hedonist here, it's like it's okay to like really enjoy certain things, but it shouldn't be to the detriment of others, because the Hedonist reverse actually tells us that okay, you have a lot of pleasure at this time, but at the same time, it's like it's coming at the expense of other people, and it doesn't really bring you joy, knowing that while you are enjoying these things, you're actually bringing other people down. And I'm not sure if this is about you taking from them or them taking from you, because I think it could definitely go both ways. For example, like we said, when it comes to money, for example, you might have a partner that they picked you because you look beautiful, because that was the thing that you saw about yourself that you wanted to show them. So they got together with you because they think you're beautiful, and they might provide you with a lot of money, but at the same time, you might be feeling insecure, you might be feeling bad, you might feel like you still have to have this picture of yourself of remaining pretty enough so you can still have maybe their financial stability or just to keep the relationship. But at the same time, it might feel like they're using you for the way that you look. And it's the same way around. They are using, or you are using them for their financial stability. It's like it can go both ways. It might not be that it's about your looks. It might be that they might be with you for a different reason because you believe that that's the only thing that you're good for. But I'm definitely seeing that you don't see yourself accurately. I think that you have only seen a few aspects of yourself that you find like worthy and that you find lovable, and those are the things that you're putting out to the world, and you're only attracting people that like those certain things about you, and you feel the big need to hide the other parts of you, because you might feel like if they find out these other aspects of you, they might leave you or something like that. So I do see that the attachment that you form with people at this time, they're not really helping you out. I think that it goes both ways. Like, these connections are just not very good for you. And I see that there is a big need to really discover yourself, nourish yourself, give yourself some love, maybe just spending a lot of time with yourself to truly discover all aspects of yourself and see them for what they are, see how beautiful they actually are, because there might be some things that you hate about yourself at this time. And although you might hate them, Spirit gave them to you for a reason. There is something very lovable in these aspects that you despise about yourself. And I'm very sorry to hear that there are aspects of you that you really don't like. But as you can see in this womb, there is a beautiful golden pearl in the middle. And you see all these black little scribblings surrounding it. And I think that that's what it's about. It's like the truth behind all the things that you don't like about yourself. There is a need to discover that truth, the beauty in the things that you don't like about yourself, so you can really show yourself authentically and see how powerful you are and how resourceful you are, and how, like, you can fight any storm, you can handle anything. But there is a need to fully embody yourself and accept yourself for who you are. And with the Knight of Pentacles here, it does look like it's going to be a long journey. I must admit, it's still going to be a long journey, especially with the Pilgrim. We talked about the Pilgrim before. So it might be a very long journey, but you are taking steps in the right direction. And these steps that you take are never going to be for nothing. It's slowly taking you to where you need to be. And progress is not linear, but I think with every step you take, you are taking a step in the right direction. Although it might feel that sometimes you're going in circles. Just know that although you feel like you're going in circles, you're actually still circling up, you're still moving up, you're still making progress. Slow and steady progress, but there is always progress happening when it comes to self-love and just truly believing in yourself and seeing yourself for the beautiful creature that you actually are, this beautiful soul that you are. And I think that soon enough you will realize that it's not just the way that you look that makes you worthy, or it's not just how smart you are that makes you worthy. There is a lot more to you than just these superficial things that you might be showing to other people to make them love you or to get what you want from them. There is a lot more depth to you than you are willing to see or that you are able to see right now. So I hope that made some sense. Now, to end of this reading, I have a few oracle cards for you. I let Spirit decide how many, and we got quite a few, so let's take a look at them. So the first card we have is Frog Spirit with Clear Out the Clutter. And the frog was actually the picture that I had in mind when I was talking to you guys about hopping from one thing to the next. Like, I could see a frog jumping on the leaves on the water every time they were at a specific spot they wanted to jump to the next. That was the energy that I'm seeing, so I think it's pretty cool that it came out. But with Clear Out the Clutter, I can see that there might be some things in your life that you need some clarity on, or there might be some things that you know aren't good for you anymore and it's time to release those. I think for a lot of you, it's going to be about clearing your mind. You might have like a foggy brain or something like that, or you might not see, or your thoughts might be a little, not disturbed, what's it called? Like, you cannot see yourself for who you are. It might be that if you look into the mirror, it's like body dysmorphia or something like that. It's your your perceived image is not the true image. And I think that there is a need for you to get back to the truth when it comes to yourself. So there might be some blockages surrounding experiences that happened in the past. Like you might need to clear out the way that a certain situation has happened and see it for what it actually was. So you might have to dig into your past and into past relationships. But I feel like there is going to be a rough path ahead of you when it comes to seeing yourself for who you actually are. And I think that this pile, it's like having a rude awakening, and I'm so sorry for delivering this message. But just know that it might not be easy to look at your past mistakes or to look at your past shortcomings, whatever these are. Don't see them as mistakes. See them as lessons, but learn from these lessons so they didn't happen for no good reason, right? You have to learn from them so you don't have to make the same mistakes in the future. Yeah, I hope that made sense. Now, let's take a look at the next message. We have a pig spirit with the number 47, with use your mind wisely. Yeah, so I think that you guys are very intelligent, very smart. But I think also that your mind is your biggest enemy at this time. The stories that you tell about yourself in your head, those are the ones that perpetuate certain things in your life. And by changing the narrative, changing the way that you speak about yourself, changing the way that you think about yourself, I think that's going to make the biggest change in your life, and it's going to be for the better. I just saw 1111 on the monitor, so that might be something significant. But your mind is your biggest enemy, and it's time to really change the way that you think. And I know that's not an easy thing, but maybe an exercise you could do is think about a few positive aspects that you have, not physical aspects, but maybe about traits that you have that you like about yourself. It might already be a difficult task. For example, I like that I'm very caring to others, or I like the way that I'm able to listen to other people. Things like that. Write them down and just repeat those good qualities that you possess. Repeat them to yourself a few times a day so it can help you change the way that you think about yourself and make you feel more confident, make you feel more worthy. Instead of feeling like you're a failure or feeling like you're not good enough for whatever thing you have that you feel about yourself. Because I think that for a lot of you, you might really not see yourself for who you are. I think that you have a lot of hatred towards yourself, or maybe it's not as strong as hatred. But yeah, the word I'm hearing now is loathing. So again, it's like you don't really love yourself at this time. And it's such a shame because you are such a beautiful person. And I think that it's time for you to look at the good things that you have and maybe see the things that you find not so great. Look at them from a different perspective and see what is the good thing that comes from it. Or see the deeper truth behind certain things that you do that you don't like about yourself. Maybe you think of yourself as being a little bit manipulative. Instead of seeing yourself as being manipulative, take a look at why you do that. Why do you feel the need to do that? Because the underlying truth is that your inner child, your baby self, might have never gotten what they deserved, and now they feel like they need to take from others because they're not getting it from themselves, or they're not getting it from their parents, or whatever happened in the past. So see beyond these actions that you do that you don't like about yourself, and see why you do them. Because it's not because you're a bad person. It's because something happened in your past that made you feel like you had to do it in this way. your inner child or your adult child was just trying to protect you from a certain situation, and that's how you coped with it. So you're not a bad person. You have just learned to deal with things in this way that's not really helping you out in the long run. Let's take a look at your next cards because I'm talking way too much. Yeah. So the next card we have is Scarab Beetle Spirit. Magic works through you. So what I'm seeing here is, there is magic within you. And I think that there is a need to see that magic that you have, that power that you have, and realizing and recognizing that Spirit wants to work with you. Things are happening for you. They want you to grow. They want you to learn. And I feel for a lot of you, like you feel like Spirit doesn't want to work with you because you're not good enough. I'm not trying to hurt you, but I think that's an energy or a feeling that you have. But the truth is, Spirit wants to work with you. These things are happening for you. They want you to learn, and they want you to grow. They want to see you do better. They want to see you be happier. They want you to be abundant. They want you to have a beautiful family. They want you to have a successful career. Like, they really want the best for you. And I think that by acknowledging that, it'll help you move better with the energy instead of feeling like they're against you. So it's pretty cool that that's in the middle. Now let's see what else we have. We have Grasshopper Spirit with Take a Leap of Faith. So number 30, again, that idea of hopping from one thing to another, like we talked about. But with Take a Leap of Faith, I feel like the message here is, okay, it might be scary to try and embodying your full self, every aspect of yourself. We all know that's scary because you might be afraid that people see parts of you that you don't like yourself. But by embodying your whole self, not just these little specks that you like about yourself, you're showing yourself to the world, and people will be seeing all the great things that you have, and maybe they will help you see these things that you might not like, but they do like about you, and it'll help you like yourself a little bit more. And I think it'll give you a lot of strength and maybe even the idea that you have a lot more control than you think about your life. But there is a need to free yourself from this limited idea of who you are and show yourself to the world and show yourself how amazing that you are and how resourceful you actually are. Like, it's time for you to show yourself what you're made of and how great you are, although you might not be seeing it right now. Let's take a look at the last card. The last card is the Spider with Make Your Dreams Real, number 56. So I think that make your dreams real. There is something within you that you have always dreamt of. You might have like a passion that you really enjoy, but you're afraid to show to the world. Maybe you have a certain career that you really want to follow. It might be that, for example, this is going to be quite specific, but maybe a few of you, like, they are in the LGBTQ community, but they're afraid to show that to the world. Something like just something, a deeper passion within you that you're afraid to share or afraid to follow. I think that the Spider Spirit is here to tell you that you are creating your own destiny. You are creating your own reality. And you are weaving this intricate web and creating the life that you desire. So by taking this leap of faith and following the things that you want to build, not always taking detours, not always quitting at the first sight of an issue, but really trusting that Spirit is here to help you and seeing why certain things might not work at this time and seeing how you can solve that and keep going for that same dream that you have, because I feel for the most of you, you have a very clear vision of what you want for yourself. And it's time for you to create that. It's time for you to work towards this dream vision that you have. And this message is here to tell you, like, you can have that. It might be a slow progress, like it might be a slow journey, or it might feel like it's not really working out, but know that Spirit is doing everything they can. And as long as you keep going, keep facing your true north, you are weaving this intricate web, and soon enough, you have actually built this dream life for yourself. Like, really trust yourself and trust your own skills, because you definitely have that. And especially with this vision is strong enough for you to just continue on the path. And trust that even if you wander a little bit off the path, Spirit will bring you back to the main path, and you will continue, and you will reach your goals, and you will reach this dream life. So yeah, that brings me to the end of the reading. I hope it resonated. I hope I wasn't too harsh. I tried to stay like all nice, but I understand that this might be a little bit of a harsh truth for you guys to be revealed. But if you like the reading, I'd love to get a thumbs up. You can comment down below and let me know if it resonated. Anyhow, I want to thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in one of my next videos. Bye guys! Okay, hello my lovely pile number 3. If you picked the black obsidian, this is going to be your reading on why is this happening to me, and we're gonna uncover the truth behind your situation. So I've already laid out the cards. We have the addict, we have the snake, we have the father, we have the monk or nun, but it's reversed. Then we have the 9 of wands, strength, and we have the 7 of wands reversed. So for zodiacs, we have Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn with the snake, and we have a Leo with strength. So these might be your zodiac. They don't have to be, could just be another level of confirmation. So where I want to start is the father, because this is the main archetype that we're seeing in this reading. So to me, it seems like you are working on your divine masculine or healing your divine masculine energy. So this might indicate that you're working on relationships with a divine masculine, whether this is a father figure or a parental figure. This might also be like relationships with a man or a divine masculine person in your life. This could have to do with a love situation. But yeah, it's about healing the divine masculine. And I'm saying healing because we have the snake, and the snake has a lot to do with healing, but it also talks about healing your connection to creativity and becoming prosperous, like creating your own abundance and having charisma. So there is a very bold energy coming from your cards. I think that it talks about being empowered or becoming more empowered, taking back your power. Yeah, I think that's the kind of energy that we're seeing. And with the addict here, it is upright. So again, there is nothing bad about this card. It might look a little bit scary, but it says it helps you recognize and confront addictive behavior. So again, we're seeing the energy of healing happening for you guys. And when it comes to healing, this might have to do with healing your father wound or healing your connection to the divine masculine. But we can also see it being healing of addictions that you might have had or addictive behaviors that you had, like unhealthy coping mechanisms that you might have, and really seeing them for what they are, why they were created in the first place, and maybe even realizing how you can heal these or how you can get rid of them. So I think that you are actually at a very good place right now in your healing process, or just in general. Like, you are finally taking back the reins over your own life and really trying to move up in life and be more stable and more trusting in yourself. Not letting other people meddle with you anymore. Now, with the monk or nun being reversed here, I do feel like you might feel like the world is against you, or that people are against you, or you just in general have quite a negative outlook of life, and that might have to do with whatever happened in the past. For someone, this might be very specific. You might have like a father figure that is an addict, or you have addicts in the family, especially men in your family, and maybe that's something that you need to deal with. Or maybe these were people that hold or held a lot of power over you, and you're learning how to deal with them and take ownership over of your own life. Like, that's the kind of energy that I'm seeing. It might be for some of you, like I said, that you have those people in your family, and it might feel like you had to work a lot harder to get where you are right now, or you had to work a lot harder to overcome your past. Whatever the situation is, I think that you have had to fight for where you are right now. You really had to fully go for it, and it took you a lot of energy to get where you are right now. You really had to work for it, so to say. And I think that honestly, you are quite tired. You're exhausted of working this hard and fighting for what you believe in and going for what you want out of life. Especially with this 9 of Wands right here. It's like there is something still lingering behind you all the time. And I think that what's lingering behind you is something from your past. And it's very hard for you to let go of that. And it feels like you still have to fight this certain thing. Maybe you have to fight like your past situation. It feels like it might lure you back in every time. This might have to do with one of these addictions that you're trying to let go of, that's trying to lure you back. That's trying to lure you back to a position that you don't want to be in. I just saw 555 on the monitor, and the number 5 is about big change. So I do feel like you are making big changes in your life right now. Maybe that change has to do with leaving a certain situation. But I can definitely see like you're up to some big things right now. And what I think is very beautiful is that we have strength in the middle. And I think the message that Spirit wants you to receive right now is that you're stronger than you think. You are so strong. You've had to be very strong to even deal with whatever happened in your past. You had to be so strong to get where you are right now. It's like there was a lot of chaos in your past. We can see over here like someone's stabbing someone else, and there's just a lot going on. But you are rising above it. You are like above whatever happened. And it might feel like it's still lingering, as we can see right here. But you have risen above. You are above this situation. And we can see with these houses of cards are not very stable. So it might feel like it might all collapse. If something happens, it might all collapse and you're back to like ground zero, and you're very scared that that might happen. And I think that you still have a lot of fear about going back to where you were. But I think Spirit wants you to know that that's not gonna happen. You have done so much healing, and you have grown so much that nothing can bring you down anymore. You cannot get back to the situation that you've left. It can't happen anymore. And with the 7 of Wands in reverse right here, like the 7 of Wands, it talks about having to fight people, having to fight certain thoughts, having to pick a fight with everybody, or just like that resistance, like people trying to bring you down, or people trying to influence you. And with this Seven of Wands being reversed, it's like they cannot hurt you anymore. They cannot bring you down anymore. And I think that it's very fitting that it's actually this card. Like, I feel like for some of you, I think it might be very confronting. And a little disclaimer right here, like if you have like been through severe trauma, I'm sorry for even bringing this up, but you might have been beaten by people in the past. But this card like literally shows you that that time is over. They do not have the power to beat you anymore, and they cannot do anything to you anymore. It's reversed for a reason. You don't have to deal with these people anymore if you don't want to. I think that life won't be beating you up anymore because you have grown so much. You have grown out of this situation. And I think that although you might feel like the world is against you, or there are a lot of people against you, that's not what's happening anymore. So I think that you might feel like the whole world is against you, and like terrible things happened in the past, and you feel you might have a grudge towards whatever happened to you. But it's over now. You have grown so much from it. You have become so strong because of it with this Strength card. You have grown so much. You have overcome these big, heavy challenges that you've been through in the past, whatever challenges these were. But I do see them being connected to a masculine energy. But it's over now. They cannot hurt you anymore. You don't have to always look like, you don't have to always be on your toes. You don't have to like keep looking back and see if they're still there, or that they might come around, or whatever it is. I think that it's very clear that that's over now. You are so strong, you are so capable, and you are protected by the divine. That part of your life is over. So I hope that's clear. Now I want to remove these cards, and we're going to take a look at what is the truth behind this situation. We're going to uncover this truth. So let's see. Okay, so for your truth, I have laid out the cards. We have the Forest and the Gem, and we have Child Magical upright. Then we have the Deer, the Cobra, the Firefly, and the Frog. And as your tarot card, we have the Eight of Swords. So when it comes to zodiacs, all the zodiac signs are present, because we have Earth, we have Fire, we have Earth, Fire, Air, and Water. That's what I wanted to say. So we have all zodiac signs present, and we have all the elements here. And I think that's something that's very telling as well. Like, you have everything you need right here. You have everything you need to grow, to be yourself, I think that your soul is whole, and I think that you're ready to fully embody yourself. Now, I want to talk about the Forest and the Gem, because the Forest talks about like starting the path and getting lost in the path. But during this journey, you're finding out so much beautiful things. So it's like there is not a straight line that you're going through. Your life is not a straight line. It's all about the detours and finding beautiful things in these detours, learning lessons through these detours, and maybe even recognizing some magic when it comes to these little detours that you're taking in life. And with the gem, I feel like this gem is you, because whatever this gem, it could also be a star, gold. It's represented by a lot of different names, but what it means is something very precious that growed or came from a situation that's very different from them. So for example, what I'm seeing here is like someone that had a very rough childhood, maybe even growing up in poverty or with a lot of violence, but they're rising above and growing into something magical, something beautiful, someone empowered, someone that's fully embodied, and leaving all the others behind. That's the kind of energy that we're seeing with the gem. And I feel like this gem is you, that you have overcome your past. You have overcome the situation that you've grown up in or that you've been through in the beginning of your life. And with child magical being here, it's like you are this star seed. You are a child of the universe. I think that with it being magical as well, it's like you have very strong psychic powers, whether it's clairvoyance, claircognizance, whatever clair you have. I think that there are more than just one that you have. You have a lot of abilities, psychic abilities that are coming to you at this time, or that you are learning to incorporate in your life through this journey that you're on, by getting lost on your path and discovering pieces of yourself along the way. So I think that you are a very high vibrational being, that maybe you went through the toughest of beginnings for you to become this precious gem, because they are formed under pressure. They are formed under very difficult circumstances. And I think that that's why a lot of these things happen to you, because if life were easy, that pressure wouldn't be there and you wouldn't be able to rise above as much as you have been doing and you are doing right now. Now, let's talk about all these animals over here. So we have the deer, and the deer is very loving, very intuitive, very graceful, and very nurturing. And I think that these are aspects that you have. I think that you are someone that although you've been through a lot, you have seen a lot of harsh things in your life, you are still so gentle, so loving, so kind. And I think that Spirit really wants you to know that that's not an easy thing. That makes you so special, that you're still so compassionate and loving, even though you've been through these harsh things in life. And with the firefly as well, the firefly is all about illuminating the world and being pure and radiant. So again, it's like you have risen above whatever situation you were in the past, and you're able to shine your authentic light. You're able to shine your truth. And by doing that, you might help others do the same. Like you lighting up, it actually helps others light up themselves as well and move above the situation that they are in. I think that you as a person are very inspiring, even to the people that might have hurt you in the past. I think although they might not always show it to you, I think that you are encouraging them to do better as well. Now we have the frog and the cobra. The frog talks about clearing, cleansing, and healing. And as we saw in your current energy, we could definitely see that you might have been dealing with some addictive behaviors, and you might be healing them, or you might be healing the attachments that you have to divine masculine energy, whether this is actually as in a person, like you are healing from a relationship with a man or a divine masculine, or you're healing your own energy when it comes to your own masculine energy. So the masculine energy has to do with taking actions and stuff like that. So it might be that you have always overworked, or the other way around, that you always felt pressure to do more, to achieve more, stuff like that. So I think that you are healing that aspect, or that you're healing your connection to a man or a masculine energy in your life. And I think that you're really clearing out whatever blockages are left when it comes to this divine masculine energy. And the cool thing is, because you are putting so much effort in healing yourself, healing these energies. We have the Cobra. And the Cobra is about an inner teacher or a special guide that appears. And the saying is, when the student is ready, the teacher appears. So to me, this might indicate that there is someone that has recently entered your life that helps you with this healing journey, or there is someone else about to enter your life that helps you with this healing. Or for some of you, if you might already be that advanced that you are becoming this teacher yourself. Because I feel for a lot of you, you are going to be a mentor for other people. You are going to be someone that helps other people. An example that I'm seeing right now is like, what's it called? With having that buddy helping other people go through recovery. I don't think for everybody this might not be for everybody about like a specific addiction, but I'm hearing like Alcoholics Anonymous, like being a buddy for someone else, helping them get through it. It might be about drug addiction and helping someone else go through it as well, like getting them clean, being their buddy, being their trust person. It might be about something totally different. But I do see you being there for other people, being compassionate towards them and helping them rise above the situation. Especially with this Firefly as well, like you are the instigator for a lot of healing for other people. But of course, the most important thing for you right now is that you are becoming this person, that you are actually rising above this situation. And like we said, it might feel like you're not quite there yet. But I think that the truth is that you are actually there already. Because we did have the Strength card and we did have that 7 of Wands being reversed. Like, it's over now. You're done with that. You don't have to be afraid. You don't have to look over your shoulder all the time. You're there, right? And we can also see that with this 8 of Swords, because the 8 of Swords talks about the feeling of feeling trapped, the feeling of there's no way out, there's nothing I can do. But the truth is that that's just your mind. Your mind is holding you back. The mind is the only thing that's holding you back in this situation. So you're kind of putting yourself in this box, and we can definitely see you freeing yourself from it, especially with this Firefly. So just know that you are such a magical being, and maybe listen to your intuition a little bit more, because you're not as stuck as you might feel or you might think. It's just your thoughts keeping you in this place, although you've already outgrown this situation, because that's what we're clearly seeing in these cards. Like, you've outgrown that person. You are this beautiful gem right now. And although you might feel like you're not at the end, you're not out of the woods yet, I think that you're far away from that starting point. And just trust that you might be doing a lot of detours, but you're not going to end up back at square one. You're going to end up being at the end of the forest. Like, you're almost at the end of this forest, and you're out of the woods. I mean, you might feel like you're not, but you actually are, especially with this 8 of Swords here. So let's get some oracle cards to end off your reading. I just saw 11 on the monitor, so that might be significant as well. But let's take a look at your cards. So the first card we have is Chameleon Spirit with Act As If. So what I'm seeing here is you might not feel like you're there yet, but that doesn't matter. As long as you keep acting as if you're already out of it, like it's already over. As long as you keep acting as if you're already at the end, like you already made it, you'll slowly start to believe it. Like, for example, people that don't feel very happy. If you force yourself to smile, you can make your mind believe that you're happy. And even though you might have not felt very happy at the beginning and you were faking a smile, if you do it enough, you'll actually become happy and you don't have to fake it any longer. So I think that that's quite symbolic here, that maybe you feel like you're not that master yet, but if you keep acting as if you are this master, as if you're done with all these things, you've left them in the past, and maybe step up in this mentor role, even though you might feel you're not ready. If you just step into it and be a mentor for this other person, you will slowly on start to believe yourself that you are actually way further ahead than you think. So that was the first one. Let's see what else we have. Another snake. Oh, that's cool. So we have the number 55, again, number of significant change, and time to heal. So we can definitely see that energy of you healing. I think that healing is a lifetime process, and I think that this is just a new chapter within your healing journey. Still, things might come up, but it's like that deeper level of healing than you've once did. I think that the hard parts are over, and that now it's just time to deepen into it. Like I said, with starting to trust that things are actually closed, starting to trust that you're further ahead than you think. So just try to keep on healing, but at the same time, know that you are healed enough to help others as well. You don't have to be at the end to be able to help others. I think that you can do that right now as well. And let's take a look at your last card. The last card is Be Spirit with number 7. So the number 7 might be significant. And we have Sweet Results Await. So I do think that you will be rewarded for all of your hard work. The B is all about hard work. So yeah, you have put in the work. You're still putting in the work. You will be rewarded for all of this work, whether this is with a significant partner coming in that can give you like more love, or when it comes to a new job coming in that gives you more money. It could be anything. But I do feel like great things will be coming your way because of all the hard work that you've actually put in. So yeah, that brings me to the end of the reading. I hope it resonated. I hope it gave you some comfort, some clarity and guidance. If you like the video, I'd love to get a thumbs up. Feel free to comment down below what you thought of the reading or anything else you want to tell us or share. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in one of my next videos. Bye guys! Hello, my lovely pile number 4. If you chose the Lepidolite, this is going to be your reading on why is this happening to me and what is the truth behind the situation. So I've already laid out your cards. Let's take a look at what they are. So we have the Storyteller upright, we have the Elephant, we have the Eternal Child, and we have the Seeker upright. And then for your tarot cards, we have the 7 of Swords, the 3 of Pentacles, the Knight of Swords, the 6 of Cups, and we have the Hermit reversed. So this is your current energy. Later on, we'll be removing these cards and we'll take a look at the truth behind it. And I want to start out with mentioning the zodiac signs that I'm seeing right here. Keep in mind they don't have to be your zodiac. It's just an indication of the energy that's present. It might just add another level of confirmation that you're in the right reading. So with the Elephant, we can see all the earth signs. So Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. And we also have the Knight of Swords here. So you might also be an Aquarius, a Libra, or a Gemini. Those are the most present energies that we're seeing here. Now, let's talk about your main card, and that's the Eternal Child. That's the energy that you're currently in, and the Eternal Child is also known as the Inner Child. So what I'm seeing here is that you are reconnecting or connecting with your inner child, and you're rediscovering yourself, or maybe you're diving back into passions that you had as a child, or like little things that you really enjoyed when you were younger. You're trying out new things. It might also indicate that you're just very playful and joyful and just focused on doing things that you enjoy at this time. Now, with the elephant being here, this is also an energy that you're in right now, and the elephant is very wise. We can also see that they have like that red dot on their head. So with this card, I can definitely see that you're very tapped in, that you have a very strong intuitive capability. And I think that you are very smart and you have learned a lot of lessons, because the elephants are very smart and they hold a lot of wisdom. So I think that you have learned a lot through life. And I think that you're kind of at that stage that you're like an old person, or you might feel like an old person because you have already been through so much. And I think that a lot of people might see you as an old soul. So you might have heard people say like, you don't talk your age, or you know way too much for your age, or something like that. But at the same time, you have this very playful energy about you. Now, we also have the storyteller and the seeker. And the storyteller talks about being able to express life and experiences through stories and symbols. So the storyteller in combination with this Knight of Swords makes me feel like you are very expressionate, or you are very good with communicating. Maybe you are someone that loves to share stories about your life with other people, or you just like to talk about your life, or like, I think that you're very strong at communicating in general. And I think that you have a lot to share with the world through speech, whether you have like a job like a teacher or a news anchor. It could be literally anything, but I think that using your voice is something very significant for you and your path. Now, we also have the seeker, and the seeker is someone that has a thirst for wisdom and truth. So it might actually be that you're a journalist and you like to figure out things, or that you love to travel and discover new things in the world. I think that that's the kind of energy that you are in. Like, you love to explore, you love to discover new things, you want to find out the truth behind things. And I think it's such a wonderful energy. I think you are feeling quite positive in general, that you have a very, very healthy energy right now. And I think that you guys realize that. Might not have been like that in the past, but you're really at a point that things are looking up for you, and you kind of have the freedom to explore more things in life. And what I can see with these tarot cards is like you're leaving something behind, or you have left something behind. Especially because we have the Seven of Swords here that talks about manipulation, about sneaky behavior. And I feel like there might have been someone in your life that pretended to want to help you, but they didn't really help you. Especially with this Three of Pentacles. The Three of Pentacles talks about collaboration. But specifically in this card, let me show you. We have this girl sitting in her little wonderland, and we have this caterpillar sitting and whispering in her ear, but it doesn't look very friendly, right? It looks like it's up to no good at all. So I feel like that's the thing that you're leaving behind, that you're done with. I think that there were people in your life that pretended to care for you or pretended to want to help you, and you found out the truth behind whatever was going on in the situation. Things were revealed, especially with the Seven of Swords. It's like you found out that they were sabotaging you, or they were sneaky, or they lied. Something revealed their true colors, and you decided to like move away from them and just do whatever made you happy. We also see this Six of Cups being here, and the Six of Cups can talk about very sweet feelings, and it might also talk about something from the past. So what I'm seeing here is that these people, you might have had sweet feelings for them, but by seeing their true colors, you felt the need to move away from them, or it was really shocking to you to find out what they truly were about. With this Knight of Swords, it kind of feels like a harsh truth was delivered to you about these people. And with the Hermit reversed, I don't know if I talked about the Hermit before. The Hermit might also indicate Virgo energy, but it made you feel like you had to withdraw from the world, that you might not have been able to trust other people anymore, or like, yeah, they were holding you back and you were just very unsure of who to trust anymore. With this Six of Cups, it might be that these people from your past, they were there for a very long time before you recognized their truth, their true colors. But it might also talk about like when you decided to move away from these people, you reconnected with people from your past, or you reconnected with yourself or old parts of yourself that you've left behind because of these people. Like you were rediscovering yourself, rediscovering old aspects that you lost. And with this Hermit being reversed, I feel like you have been alone for a very long time, trying to work through whatever was going on here. Whether these were people or situations, they don't really have to be people. It might just be like certain energies that you were, what's it called? Like different energies working onto you or latching onto you. Whether these were people or opinions that you heard through other channels. It's just getting a little bit more dark in here, so that might be significant. So yeah, you might not have really realized that at the time, but there was like a little bit of a detour that happened. Like instead of some beautiful space, you were going down a little bit of a darker road. Once you realized that, you moved away from it. And you needed some time to recuperate, to heal from whatever this is. But with the Hermit reversed now, it does look like it's time for you to like go out there again, to move away from, or that it's okay for you to move away from whatever this situation was, and to start to feel more joyful again. I'm sorry, my throat just did something crazy. Sorry. So, yeah, it might be that you weren't able to speak your truth, or the truth was concealed, or the truth was a little bit of like someone tried to not change the truth, but like it wasn't full honesty. There was a little aspect of, I don't know what it's called in English. It's like they were bending the truth. That's the word that I was trying to hear. So they were bending the truth, or at least they made you think that it was differently. But what we can see is that you have had a lot of time alone, or just being a little more solitude, to reflect on whatever has happened. And it's finally time for you to release that now, or to get out of that energy and to move into like a new adventure, a new destination, or just a new path that's opening up for you. And that path is going to be way more joyful, way more happy, and just you're going to feel a lot better. But I think that most of this manipulative energy is already in the past. For a lot of you. For some it might not, but I think for most of you it is. So that is your current energy. Let me remove these and let's see what the truth is behind this situation. Okay, so for the truth, we have the Mask, the Bridge, and the Siren. We also have the Beaver, the Hero or Heroine, and the Three of Cups. So with the beaver being here, we can see all water energies. So we have Scorpio, Cancer, and Pisces represented here. You don't have to have those zodiacs, but there it might just be another level of confirmation. But let's talk about these 3 archetypes up top first. So I think it's very interesting that we did see the 7 of Swords in the tarot for your situation, and that we have the mask now. So it really does look like something was concealed and later on revealed to you, that the mask came off and that you found out something like you found out something, you found the truth behind a certain thing that was quite confronting and maybe even quite painful. And I don't know if I've mentioned it before, that 7 of Swords might be a different, like another person, but I think it could be yourself. Like you might have been self-sabotaging something, or you might have like disregarded a certain aspect of yourself. You might have felt the need to hide something about yourself. For some people, I do see like a lot of rainbow color, so it might have been the truth of your own sexuality, for example. But again, it's definitely not for everybody. But we also have the siren, and the siren is like a call that you hear that you must follow. And it's kind of leading you into something dark, or it's leading you to somewhere unsafe. And I think that at the end, it's not something to worry about. I think that it was something that was unavoidable, because with the energy of the siren, it's all about going in there, following that thing and finding your way back and learning from this journey. So I feel like for a lot of you, this thing that was revealed to be not very good after all, or this terrible thing that you experienced by someone betraying you, or whatever the situation was, this mask coming off within a certain situation, it was meant to happen for you to learn more about yourself, or to learn from this situation and maybe trust your intuition a little bit more. And with the bridge being here, the bridge talks about communication. Again, more communication. So it's likely that like there might be a purpose behind this, that you can tell the story afterwards about what has happened and maybe share it with the world, like building a bridge between certain people because you share that experience with them, and that being your common grounds with other people. The bridge is also about like saying yes to a situation instead of withdrawing, of like trying to push things away. It's about accepting a certain aspect. So again, it might be that you're learning to get back into the world and start accepting new things in your life instead of being so afraid because of what happened to you and just withdrawing from the world and trying to stay in your own little safe bubble. So I feel like this situation was here to teach you and to help you transcend this situation. So moving on from this situation and really seeing all these beautiful colors that the world actually has to offer, instead of that dark black area that you have been in the past. Now, with the beaver being here, the beaver is a very hard worker, and they are very loyal, and they really care about their family. So I think for some of you, again, this might be that this is about the LGBTQ scene, and that you might care so much about your family that you felt like you needed to hide that aspect of you. And by hiding that aspect, you kind of lost yourself. Like we said, that siren's call. Like you had to try it, but figure out that it didn't work for you, that it was not, although your family really liked that for you, you are someone else. You are this beautiful, colorful being. You are not supposed to dull yourself to make other people happy or to please other people. And with the bridge, we can definitely see like there are still common grounds that you have with the people that you love. And this shared experience might teach them something as well. Like talking about it might actually teach them a lot of stuff. And this might also be about something else. It might be that you have been following a career that you thought made you happy and you figured out that that wasn't the case. Like it dulled your senses, it made you a little bit apathic. And you really needed to retreat to work through that energy, and now you're ready to rise above. But what we are seeing with the beaver is that you've worked really hard on overcoming this situation, and that's exactly what you're meant to do. With the hero being here, it says literally a passion for a journey of personal empowerment. So you are on this journey of a personal empowerment. You are learning to be more empowered. You're learning to be more confident in who you are and to truly love all aspects of yourself and see yourself as this beautiful ray of light and colors. And I mean, I think that you are such a beautiful soul, and you are so courageous to start following this path that was always there within you, and you could only figure those things out by trying something else and it not working out. With the Three of Cups here, I can definitely see that Spirit wants you to know that it's time for you to start celebrating life. It's time to start like hanging out with your soul tribe, having more fun, doing what you love. Like we said, with that inner child, let that inner child come out, being really playful and just enjoying life. Because I feel like you have missed out on a lot of things in the past by following whatever it was that didn't really work out. But it's time for you to get out of those shadows. It's time for you to get out of your safe little bubble and realize that the world is quite a great place if you're open to it and if you're ready to show up authentically, and you can actually meet people that are just like you. There are more people that are just like you than you might realize, and that would love to hang out with you because you are such a loyal friend and very loving as well. But we can definitely see you becoming a hero in your own story and really climbing that mountain. So whatever hardship you went through, whatever this situation was, you're climbing above and you're getting that higher perspective in whatever you've went through. Now, to end of this reading, I have a few oracle cards. I let Spirit decide how many. So let's take a look at them. We have them right here, so let's see what they are. The first one we have is Crow Spirit with Co-Create with Spirit. So Spirit definitely wants to work with you. I think that you might be actually seeing a lot of ravens recently, and that's another confirmation that Spirit is by your side. They're trying to help you. They want to work with you. If you're not doing any divination, you might want to do that. I also feel like we saw a lot about storytelling and communicating. You might want to write a book, or at least write like a post about something, or a post about whatever happened, because I think that it was meant to teach a lot of other people things as well, or to encourage them or to help them on their own journey. So that's the first one. We also have Fox Spirit with Think on Your Feet, number 27. So I think that you are a lot smarter and you can perceive a lot more than you realize. I think that you have learned to think on your feet because of the situation that you've went through. I think that for some of you, maybe like something happened in an instant and you felt like the ground just fell away underneath of you and you had to really change gears very quickly. And I think that Spirit really wants you to know that you did a great job at that, and that you can now trust your own instincts because of what you've went through. Like, that was kind of proof that you can actually do this and that you are actually on the right path. We also have Wolf Spirit with Turn Knowledge into Wisdom. I want to add, we have a lot of sevens here, so sevens might be significant. I feel the sevens are about luck, and I think that the elephant is also about luck. So it does look like you are getting a lot of luck coming in. So it might feel like you're just lucky, but at the same time, you've worked very hard to achieve this kind of luck. It's just good karma being paid back to you. With turn knowledge into wisdom, I am getting that you've been through so much and you have been processing that, and now you're able to use that to help others or to help yourself in the future. So again, we can see you just being very smart and like being that old soul, being able to help others with your wisdom. We also have squirrel spirit with believe in yourself. I think that's so cute. And we have another 7 here. So it's time for you to start believing in yourself. And with this squirrel throwing these acorns, I feel like you can handle whatever's been thrown at you. You because you have been through so much and you've handled that so well, you will know now that you can handle anything. I think the roughest part is over. Like, you're fearless. You can handle it all now. And let's take a look at your last 2 cards. So we also have Bobcat Spirit with Life is a Mystery. So I do think that you still have some things that you don't know the answers to, but I think that's the beautiful thing about it. Like, you're not supposed to know everything. You're not supposed to figure out anything. And I think that it's more about the journey, and sometimes the answers just flow to you, but you don't need to look for answers anymore. You just have to accept every situation just as it is, and somewhere, somehow, the solutions will just come to you. And I think with all these wisdom cards, I think you know a lot more than you think you know, and that's the most beautiful thing about it. And let's take a look at the last card. We have Sandpiper Spirit. Be playful. Oh, I love this one. So we have a lot about your inner child. We have a lot about playfulness. We have a lot about celebrating, having fun. It's like a literal sun card being emphasized here. It's like it's time for you to have fun again. It's time for you to go out there again, do things that you love, like play in the water, run through the mud, or whatever you want to do. It's time to have fun again. It's time to get out there again and fully enjoy life and say yes to life, because it has so much to offer for you. So that brings me to the end of the reading. I really hope it resonated. I hope it gave you some guidance, some clarity. If you like the reading, I'd love to get a thumbs up. That really helps me out. If you want to share anything, you can always comment that down below. And if you want to subscribe to my channel, I'd love for you to get on there. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope you guys have a great day. Bye, guys.